Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Animation Appreciation Podcast. I am your host, Liliana Stargazer, and today I'll be going over Inside Out 2. As always, the materials are top notch. The fact Joy still hypes sadness just shows how much she's learned her lesson from the first movie. Not all movies keep that continuity. I've seen many movies that just ignored the lessons from the first one, just to repeat them again. And yes, there's symbolism in Riley's shirt now being too small. I hated it when my orthodontist asked me how my braces felt. They feel awful. Thank you very much. I hate it. Boy Band Island broke up because, boyfriends break up a lot. In teenagers, family still matters, but not a lot. So Family Island is small now, and Friend Island is huge. It's adorable. Homework should be illegal. I am a 33-year-old adult, and I agree with Riley. Here, let's take up all your day and a chunk of your precious free time. As an adult, I also believe working from home should be illegal too. By that, I mean unpaid work. If you work from home, you do you, boo. But don't work on stuff at home and get not paid for it. Deadlines shouldn't be so unreasonable. Yes, I work retail, and that's the reason I don't want an office job. I do not want to even have the idea of people making me work from my home. The emotions trying to decide what to do, only for her belief system and sense of self to take over. I love it. I also love Anger's little smile when he hits fear. Joy is trying to make Riley have a set belief pattern by ejecting all the bad things. We do that to ourselves sometimes. Ones when we repress things and push them away, it won't help. I love the fact that sadness wants to go and Joy lets her go because Joy respects her still. Also, the fact that Joy holds Sadness's hand when they're going down to the belief system, it's so cute. Anger fighting in his sleep. The tiny toy Bing Bong. Anger trying to beat the console and Disgust hitting him with his stick, asking, "What is he doing?" That's hilarious. I remember back when my emotions were always on 100 out of 10. God, that was frustrating trying to sort out how I actually felt under all the chaos. Please ignore my cat. I'm sorry, but the spilled tea joke is just funny to me, especially since it's Fear doing it and she was afraid to tell her, so of course Fear had the tea. The fact they are only holding Sadness back until they're out of the car, that's nice. It's perfect. They're still letting her do her thing, just not at random times. Give yourself a chance to feel your emotions so that we can move forward. That is a good thing. Even I, as an adult, sometimes take a moment in the bathroom to just breathe and feel what I feel, but just so I can go on and continue to be professional at work. I love anxiety's little design. It's a good representation of anxiety. And they come with a lot of emotional baggage, which is even funnier. All the new emotions are amazing. Embarrassment, ennui, everyone love their designs. Same for literally everyone. I even love nostalgia. Good character design is good. Everything anxiety says is an anxious thought. And yes, anxiety is an anticipation emotion. We anticipate threats and our possible futures and plan for them. Previously, the unknown was handled by fear. Now it's for anxiety. They handle a much bigger, broader scope of things, things that we need plans for in the future. Anxiety was my secondary emotion for a very long time, and I can confirm it's not a bad thing if it stays in its lane. Mine did not. I also love that fear likes anxiety. That's fair. They are fear with a very specific future in mind. I remember thinking how big a deal small interactions seemed when I was a kid, and I remember them haunting me for what felt like ever. Yet now, I don't even think about them. Not that I'm not trying to, it's just they're not important. The fact you can see everyone looking at Riley when they put their phones in the bin means this is not a normal thing for this event. So, yeah, that was her fault, and honestly, embarrassment was meant to show that she didn't mean harm and the lesson was learned. You can see all the orange in this movie to show how anxiety is becoming the main issue as time goes on. More and more orange shows up. Anxiety can make us break our old beliefs, and that's not always a bad thing. Sometimes old systems have to go away. My old ones were destroyed from fear of being alone and anxiety that things wouldn't change. You can guess my two primary emotions. Anxiety, when it takes over, can make you lose who you were and how you used to feel. The space warp of the glass from the inside looking out or the outside looking in of the jar. That was lovely. Every single gamer has one favorite character with crappy abilities. It's an unreasonable, I like them moment, and all of us have them. I laughed so hard when Lance's pick path made him get stuck because that is the most gaming character thing there is. The guard's hat still says, my hat. Everyone's simplified versions of the emotions when Joy is telling a story is well done. So they all have very simplified shapes, and yet we all know who is who. You can see the lighting in the background slowly get more blown out and orange and bright, all as anxiety takes more and more control. Punty means short and stout in a good way. So she is literally calling anger short and stout in a cute way. I do think granola bars taste like cardboard. Some of them. I only will eat one kind. Anytime you try to act different or too casual, then you will be a goofus. Pockets are a good thing. Just stick your hands in them. Cheesums, if you like something, just say it. Just because they liked it when they were her age and not now doesn't mean it's not cool. They're just acknowledging it was cool to them at that age. And that's not a bad thing. That one girl, though, who's like, you don't still like them, do you? No, that's none of your business. I'm old enough to like them. Let it be. Also, just be honest if you like something. It's fine. If someone doesn't like you for your favorite music, then they suck and don't need to be part of your life. I love the sarcasm translating everything that's yelled over it. Val is actually so supportive of Riley, no matter what Riley says. When Riley liked a band they didn't like, she turned around and said, "I remember liking them. That's a thing," and she never put her down for it. I love that Joy acknowledges how irritating it is to be her when she just wants Riley to be happy, and everyone's just complaining. Anxiety makes us lose not only who we are, but how we feel. I lived with a belief system built on anxiety for almost 10 or more years. I don't like to think on that. I love that anxiety drinks energy drinks when she's hyped and tea to stay calm. Anxiety. Yes, it's a pun. Anxiety's possibilities and planning come from imagination land. Sounds legit, actually. Sometimes anger is constructive, not destructive, as he showed here. Anxiety can use its guesses at the future to change you. It's trying to help, but it's failing in some cases. It's the only way to know if we can do better. Excuse me, Riley, that is incorrect. Coach will tell you later. Just calm down. It's okay. Coach will tell you if there's something that needs to be improved. That's what a coach does. The light that Riley runs from when she's about to break in to see what the notebook says is orange, like anxiety. It's almost as if they plan to use lighting to tell a story. Coach wrote, "Not ready yet" under Anderson. As in, she's not saying Riley's not good, you're just not ready yet. And the hair dye with Kool-Aid and conditioner, it's a thing. My nieces do it with their blonde hair. Must be nice. I have dark hair. But hey, if you have blonde hair and want to try out a hair color, get some Kool-Aid and some hair conditioner. I would just wanted to take a moment to point out the job with the red and black to match her team. Lovely. Without drawing too much attention, by the way. A belief system based on anxiety is a bad thing. I'm not good enough. Everyone hates me. I'm annoying. No one wants to hear my thoughts on cartoons. My podcast will fail. These are bad thoughts, and they come from anxiety, and they should not be part of your belief system. My heart sank when Riley's sense of self said she isn't good enough. My own sense of self had said things like that. The moments where anxiety had control, I remember thinking I couldn't feel happy or sad or much of anything but anxiety. Panic attacks have never been so well represented as they are here. My husband actually turned to me while I was sitting in the movie theater and asked me, "Is that how you felt?" And I told him, yeah, it is. I saw it in his eyes. He finally had an exact understanding of what I was going through when I'm having a panic attack. The feeling of going so fast and yet being frozen, all represented perfectly. And from that moment on, he actually understood what I was going through when I was starting to have panic attacks and was able to better help me through them. The lighting and her heart rate shows us how Riley is feeling. The cold blue and blown out lighting. The way the anxiety attack keeps going without anxiety's input. That's what is called spiraling. And yes, it really does happen and it really does feel that way. Your identity is created of the good and bad in you. All of your memories are who you are. Forgetting or pushing away memories brings nothing but loss. Integration of old and the new is how you become a complete person. Yeah, some memories suck. I've got ones in my mind that break my heart every time I think of them. But each and every one of them matter, and each and every one of them are part of my story and who I am. Riley says, or her belief system does, I need help sometimes, right before the emotions hug her and help her. Ending a panic attack can be very hard, but it's not about one emotion. It's about the balance that brings calm. Sensory informations help when it comes to grounding. For me, external feelings cause more anxiety, so I have to focus inside. And I always need some support. I always hate admitting when I need help, but everyone does sometimes. Riley owning up to her mistakes and asking for forgiveness is a great example for kids and adults alike. Just own up to what you did. It looks better on you than ignoring it does. The lighting changed to be more yellow and warm as she calms herself and settles firmly into who she is. As soon as joy takes over, the lighting stays yellow outside of her mind. The little flare she does as she's skating, it's a sign of pure joy. I sometimes walk with flares because I'm happy and calm. Asking if any of the things are happening right now, that's how you slow down anxiety. Make it focus on right now. When she was starting to worry, Joy said, um, are any of these things happening now? And Joy went, well, no. That's how I have to break mine. Is I go, okay, fine. What are we worried about? And let my mind answer. Then I simply ask myself, what can I do for any of these things right this second? What is happening right this second? And that's how I have to break my cycle. Anxiety lives in the future, but not right now. Showing us how they show us that she made the team is adorable because we don't see it per se, but we see it. Showing mom and dad's anxiety is lovely. I died laughing in the theater when dad's emotion said, she's been gone for days and it was good and that's it. And his mind goes like, yeah, that's right. Yeah. My mom's like, oh, lovely. Oh God, that's all we get. And then they freak out about the dye. And mom's emotions forget about the hair dye. It's temporary, mom. Literally, it washes out. Might take a couple of washes, but it will come right out within like a week or two. More if Riley doesn't bathe, which she should. Anyway, that is all I have for today. Thank you for listening. And as always, if it's animated, someone did it on purpose. Have a great night.